What's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about something that may be considered controversial, but I'm going to say it anyway. And that's going to be, I believe that in 2024, moving on, that walk cycles are dead when putting them on your demo reel. I know. You can throw the tomatoes if you wish, but let's think about it. Any job that you've probably gotten in the past or even currently, did you ever hear, as far as the hiring manager, say, you know what got you hired was your walk cycle? Very, very rare that someone notices your walk cycle in your animation. And I understand the walk cycle is kind of like a rite of passage, okay? Once you upgrade from the bouncing ball, you understand timing and spacing and whatnot, you naturally, the next biggest milestone for you is going to be a walk cycle. It's going to be understanding, okay, the body mechanics of a walk cycle, really implementing that timing and spacing, getting the weight, the feel of the character. When it comes to 3D, now let me just put this out there, a little caveat. If you are applying for a game studio, all right, and it's obviously nothing but cycles and interaction, sure, you could get away with putting a walk cycle on your demo reel. But what I would suggest, instead of doing the walk cycle, because even then with a game and a game studio, when applying for the job, I would argue what they want to see is going to be you knowing how to use the engine, whether it's Unreal or whether it's Unity, whatever engine that they may be using. So if you're going to do a walk cycle, why not show that, hey, you can do a walk cycle in engine, right? Why not show that, hey, you can not only do a walk cycle, but you can transition from an idle to walk cycle to stop, or from idle to walk cycle to climb, whatever it is that the job entails. I would argue that's a better means than just simply putting on a regular walk cycle. Because you have to think about, what does the walk cycle say about an animator, right? You can do a crazy walk cycle. Now, albeit if you do have a crazy walk cycle, that is not usually your vanilla walk cycle where there's like a lot of character in the move, or there's something that separates it from your regular walk cycle. I know many of you who have been hired, but what I would advise you do is also look for an animator, okay? Have a job, it doesn't have to be a big job, but have a job and then try to hire animators. And then upon seeing the reels, you tell me if the one thing that separates the animators is going to be the walk cycle. It's usually not, okay? And walk cycle is, a good walk cycle is a good walk cycle, but there are better ways to create that understanding to your employer that you have good body mechanics, that you understand character, right? That you get movement, you understand a grasp of the principles of animation. Now, I would argue there are other ways to do that, whether it's, a great body mechanic shot, whether it's, showing, once again, in game, whether it's, a dialogue shot that involves body mechanics, that involves a walk cycle, right? Instead of having, a regular, body mechanic shot, why not include that, but with some acting, with some pantomime, okay? Where you have him walking while he's doing an action, or walking while he's delivering a line, or walking as we have some secondary action or something going on that's selling a narrative. Unless, as I said before, if it's a video game, and video games, as we know, it's mainly body mechanics. Of course, unless you're going to cinematics. I know there's unless. I know there are a lot of caveats, but you have to take that into understanding. But most people are probably gonna be applying for, a gameplay animator position. That's gonna be heavy body mechanics, right? They're going to want to see a lot of spacing, or want to see a lot of moves, depending on, what studio you apply for. They may have a certain emphasis or focus on big characters or big action pieces, where others, may have an emphasis on, dialogue, on selling an actual character, making people believe, hey, this person's going through pain, or this person's happy, or the interaction between two. So long story short, if you're thinking about putting on a walk cycle, I would say keep that as practice. Good walk cycle is practice, because there's a lot of, mechanics going on. There's a lot of character that can be applied to the walk cycle, but I wouldn't necessarily put that walk cycle on your demo reel, because I think there are a lot of other strong pieces to sell that, what you understand from the walk cycle, the body mechanics, the character, all of that, in another way that's going to be entertaining to your employer. That's also going to give them a greater understanding of what also you can do.
Nobody serenades you but me, Bat. Take it away, boys.
I think you should venture out and explore. Or one best, good way to do it, what I would advise if I were going to do a current reel today, I'd probably combine the two, right? Have a walk cycle, go into a run cycle. And we have some element. Maybe they're being chased, or maybe they're running away, or maybe they're running to something. If it's a game animation, I do it in game, right? Do it in Unreal, do it in Unity, whatever the game animation that they want you to be proficient in. I would do that. And then show them that also, hey, you can use the camera in Unreal, right? So there are ways to let the employer know that, hey, I'm a good animator, but there are also advantages in addition to my animation, that I'm absolutely masterful in my craft and in the application that comes with my craft. So just in these tough times when it comes to animation and people are being laid off, everyone's looking for that edge. Everyone's looking for that way to separate them from, everyone else, from the pack. And if you're not within the industry and you're trying to break in, it's going to be tough because, everyone who's in the industry knows other people who are in the industry. So when these layoffs happen, well, so-and-so is going to reach out to so-and-so. Hey, do you know any studios that are hiring? Someone's going to tell them, hey, yeah, we're actually hiring. Send us your reel. We'll, get you through the process. So you also have to take that into account. There's a lot of competition with, people who may be more skilled than you and more connected. So I always advise just do something that would, separate yourself from the pack. That's something that if you were to be hiring for this job, what would you want to see? What would you think that, is entertaining? What would show you as a hiring manager, hey, this guy has what it takes to do this job? Anyways, guys, that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and, maybe it brought some food for thought. And if you did, please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, keep animating.